Le Mans Ultimate 1.0 has officially launched. Alongside plenty of performance improvements and UI tweaks, we've also received two brand new cars. One, of course, being the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which you can see here, and we've also received the Mercedes-AMG GT3. I'll be breaking down today's release in this video, first looking at the Aston Martin and then going on to the Mercedes GT3. So this is my first time driving the car, and obviously it's an absolute beast. It sounds absolutely amazing. You can't really get a sense of what it sounds like once you're in the cockpit, which a lot of the drivers who do drive the car in real life says that is quite realistic. But obviously as soon as you go on those onboard TV cameras, you can hear the insane V12, which just sounds absolutely amazing. Both cars in today's release are part of the free package of the new 1.0 release. From the limited number of laps I've done in the car, I must say it does feel really good. The downforce is great and it has really good straight line speed. I noticed during this race I was gaining on everyone in the straight no matter what kind of car. Especially in this clip here I'm gaining on obviously on the Porsche and the Peugeot, obviously with the slip as well, but even later down the race when I'm just behind cars, not even really in the tow, I'm gaining massive amounts. With that being said though, it can still catch you out under heavy braking like most cars, or when you transfer weight quickly. There's no traction control here, so throttle modulation is pretty important, especially out of slower corners. Alongside today's 1.0 release, we also got all the brand new liveries for the 2025 World Endurance Championship season, which has been a very nice and needed refresh for all the cars. Going back to the race though, one thing that always sets Le Mans Ultimate out from different games such as iRacing is just the quality of the graphics in this game. Obviously it's a much newer game than iRacing, and you can really tell that just in the visuals. I am running this game on everything on Ultra, so hence why it obviously does look very good. Even the performance for me, I've seen a lot of people say that the performance isn't great, and I have to say I'm not getting many of those issues. When I did first download the game though, I did have some pretty game breaking bugs, but after they ironed that out within the first couple months of the game kind of being released, it kind of smoothed down from there and it runs very well for me, and I do get minimal bugs. And again, the audio of this car is just out of this world, so I will play the remaining of this lap with no commentary whatsoever, so you can either skip until the next section when we look at the Mercedes GT3, or just enjoy the ride and listen to the absolute scream of this car. Moving on to the Mercedes GT3 now. If you see my other video, you know that I'm now pretty much learning GT3s for the very first time, so I'm not an expert at this car, especially the Mercedes. The only GT3 I do really drive is the Porsche, which I haven't driven in this new update yet. But in terms of the Mercedes, it feels really good. Obviously got quite a lot of straight line speed, especially on a track like Monza. You can really see how that's going to come in handy. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the GT3 you see is also free, so if you're a GT3 racer and you do have LMU, then feel free to jump in and you can start racing it without having to buy any cars or any DLCs or anything like that. Now, quickly going back to the graphics, I do absolutely love this time of day. I'm pretty sure it's about 9:20 PM in-game time, and it just looks amazing. It's not quite night time, but obviously it's now going into the evening and everything just looks amazing, especially with all the reflections. The reflections look nice, kind of gets all the especially the tail light reflections, especially in the Porsche GTP. Now, in terms of how the car feels, it does actually feel very, very nice. Even as not as much as a GT3 driver, I can tell that this car does feel very, very nice and drives like most of the GT3 cars I've driven. And it feels very, very stable, especially in the corners. It's got quite a lot of aero, it's quite forgiving if you have a bit of a snap, and it's just generally quite well balanced. With 1.0, Le Mans Ultimate is now starting to feel like a fully fleshed game. Don't get me wrong, there's still quite a way to go, and I'm really looking forward to see how the career mode will look, which should drop about early 2026 according to the CEO. But it's now starting to feel like a proper simulator. Don't get me wrong, it still has a very large amount of rough edges, particularly in the UI and the force feedback tuning. Especially for me, my main gripe of this game is whenever I try and turn the menu music off, it will be fine, and then I'll come back on the next day and the menu music will still be there, which just small things like that, but it really, really does annoy me the more I hear that music, and I just cannot stand it now. As I did the same with the Valkyrie, I'll do the same for the Mercedes, so feel free to listen to the raw sound of gameplay and the brand new Mercedes-AMG GT3. Both cars have been a great addition to the game, and especially as not many other sims to my knowledge has the new Aston Martin Valkyrie, it's definitely going to be a big unique selling point for Le Mans Ultimate. If you've had the chance to try any of these new cars in the brand new update, feel free to put in a comment and let me know how you feel about it. And if you're new around here, I'm still experimenting with video style, so feel free to put in a comment and share your thoughts on how you like this video, whether you want more editing, less editing, or a bit more commentary, or vice versa.